You know, those DEI policies, they're in the spotlight after the resignation of Harvard President Claudine Gay earlier or last week. But what exactly is DEI?
Yeah, so let's go off the wall to explain its purpose and the reality of its application. DEI, first of all, the way it's branded, the way it's self-styled is to seek to promote the fair treatment and full participation of all people. I think it's important to reemphasize this is the self-stylized popular version, the brand of DEI that, Pete, I think has actually been very effective at getting people who haven't looked deeply into DEI through the door of DEI.
This is the application and marketing element of critical race theory, which comes from critical theory. This is how they branded it to be palatable. It's all a deconstruction of Western civilization. By the way, Will, blow your mind a little bit here, because I remember I was hosting with you when this first started coming out. We're like, well, this DEI thing's coming out all over the place. They've added a letter, accessibility. Look for it, DEIA. Just like the LGBTQ cut, we're going to get an A on top of that DEI pretty soon. You know, accessible.
Well, speaking of accessibility,
it's got to evolve,
and allowing people access to DEI, again, the branding is such that proponents say it helps represent those who are otherwise wouldn't be represented. And who would be opposed to something like that? Expand opportunity, make this accessible to everyone regardless of their race. And on the surface, you begin to think, hey, that doesn't sound bad, this DEI.
Well, it's dressed up a lot like equal opportunity. Equity sounds like equality, and equality is a word we all love and want everyone to be treated equally. Well, equity means equal outcome, which is very different than equal opportunity. So what you really get instead, as critics point out, is DEI reverses the things it's intended to do. In the name of ending racism, you get anti-racism, which basically means you're just discriminating against another group because they used to discriminate. And as a result, you create a cycle of finger pointing.
But to get to the point where Pete just arrived as a critic, in the characterization, for example, there from Pete Hegseth, you have to do some research. You have to take them up on their invitation. Do the work. Do your homework. Read a book. And New York financier Bill Ackman, he's the head of Pershing Square, he did just that. After he pushed to have Harvard President Claudine Gay removed from Harvard, he along the way, read the books, went to the lectures, understood what they were teaching at Harvard.
Well, it's amazing. So he claims, he wrote about a 4,000-word essay on Free Press on Substack, where he basically said October 7th was my wake-up moment. When I saw the support for Hamas on campus and then these presidents on Capitol Hill defending it, I then went to campus and talked to students. I then went and did my research. And when you read what he wrote in those 4,000 words, it's a devastating takedown of what DEI is, of how Marxists have taken over our universities. To me, what's shocking, though, Will, is that it took October 7th for a big donor like this to say, man, how do we get here?
But really quick, he was spot on. Here's some of what he had to say. DEI was not about diversity in its purest form, but rather it's a political advocacy movement on behalf of certain groups that are deemed oppressed under DEI's own methodology. When one examines DEI and its ideological heritage, it does not take long to understand the movement is inherently inconsistent with basic American values.
Yeah, it's at war with basic American values. It's intended to be that nose under the tent with words you think you like that have a very different meaning.
And Pete, I was frustrated a little bit when I first read Ackman's tweet and Substack, because there was a bit of me that thought, why did it take you so long to understand? Why did you accept it on its surface? But then really the next day, Mark Cuban, he just sold this week, so he's still the front-facing manager of the Dallas Mavericks, but was the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, began to weigh in on DEI, and it made me appreciate Bill Ackman.
Big time. And appreciate Elon Musk, who jumped in on this discussion and said, discrimination on the basis of race, which DEI does, is literally the definition of racism, which led, Will, to a response from Mark Cuban. And he said this: if you don't think there's a need for DEI and it doesn't create a competitive advantage for your company, just look at the X post replies quotes below. So he's saying, no, DEI is good for your company.
Yeah. To be honest, I got into a back and forth on Twitter with Mark Cuban. It went, 4, 5, 6 tweets back and forth deep. And the bottom line is Mark Cuban is personalizing this entire thing to make it mean what he wants it to mean, that he wants it to be that initial branding. He's ignoring there's a complete edifice of curriculum, of literature, of professors, of government that has made this a formalized structure of DEI.
Well, and that's why I love that Elon Musk came back and personalized it. He said, cool, so when should we expect to see short, white, Asian women on the Mavs? So if you love DEI so much, your basketball team's full of a bunch of certain types of people, but not others. Why?
And here's some of what Mark Cuban had to say, just illustrating how he personalizes DEI. Again, back into hiring the best candidate and saying sometimes you take into account diversity to identify the best candidate. But again, Mark is ignoring the fact DEI actually places your skin color as your primary qualification over merit.
For sure. Also ironic, the Mavs have one of the whitest teams in the NBA. Just saying.
Because of Luka?
I'm just... And what's his name before that?
The roster.
Yeah, I'm just
Dirk.
I'm just
Pryor.
saying. Anyway,
let's take a look at some of the companies that are now beginning to distance themselves from DEI, at least on the surface. You've got American Airlines, BlackRock, JP Morgan, Lowe's, Yum Brands. But, Pete, at the same time they're distancing themselves from DEI, there's been the rise of well-being and inclusion.
It always happens this way. Okay, it's not working. We just got to call it something else. We name it something else. But the movement remains. It may not be called DEI, but... And a lot of this also comes, Will, because of that Supreme Court case that found that the admission standards at Harvard were violated civil rights law in America, and you can't discriminate on the basis of race. This is discrimination on the basis of race, just in another direction. So companies are looking at fiduciary responsibility and legal liability and going the other direction, too. Let's hope
the bottom line
the end.
is the best way to stop discriminating on the basis of race is to stop discriminating on the basis of race.
Yeah. We were just too close to that, Will, so we had to go back in the other direction.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.